The haunting of Ravenwood Manor. Ravenwood Manor had been the scene of numerous mysterious crimes for years. The sprawling estate, located on the outskirts of the small town, was rumored to be cursed. No one dared to enter the property after dark. And the townspeople whispered about strange noises and ghostly apparitions seen roaming the grounds. The most recent crime was the disappearance of wealthy businessman Marcus Sterling, who had been visiting the manor for a business deal. His family had hired private investigator, James Reed, to solve the case of his disappearance. As Reed delved deeper into the investigation, he found himself drawn into the haunting history of Ravenwood Manor. Reed discovered that the estate had once belonged to the Ravenwood family. Legend had it that patriarch, Edgar Ravenwood, had made a deal with the devil, selling his soul in exchange for wealth and power. It was said that the ghosts of the Ravenwood family still haunted the manor, seeking revenge on those who dared to trespass on their property. As Reed dug deeper, he uncovered evidence that pointed towards one of the current inhabitants of Ravenwood Manor, a recluse artist named Emily Ravenwood, a descendant of the original family. Emily had always been an enigma to the townspeople, rarely venturing out of the manor and shrouded in mystery. Reed decided to pay a visit to Emily, hoping to glean some information from her. However, as he entered the manor, he was overcome by a sense of foreboding. The air was heavy with the scent of rotting flowers, and strange whispers echoed through the halls. Suddenly, Reed found himself face to face with Emily, who appeared before him like a ghostly apparition. Emily revealed the truth about the curse of Ravenwood Manor. She explained how her ancestors had made a deal with the devil, and how they had been doomed to haunt the manor for eternity. Emily had been trying to break the curse by creating a portrait that would capture the essence of the Ravenwood family and release them from their eternal torment. However, Marcus Sterling had unknowingly disrupted her plans when he arrived at the manor. He was killed by the malevolent spirit of Edgar Ravenwood, who saw him as a threat to the family's legacy. Emily had then hidden Sterling's body to protect her family's reputation. Reed knew he had to act quickly to solve the case and bring justice to Sterling's family. With Emily's help, he was able to break the curse by burning the cursed portrait. The ghosts of the Ravenwood family were finally free, and Marcus Sterling's body was discovered and returned to his family. Ravenwood Manor would forever be known as a place of mystery and tragedy. But the curse that had plagued it for so long had finally been broken. The mystery of the stolen diamond. There was a small village situated in a remote area of the country. It was a peaceful and calm place where everyone knew each other. However, things changed when mysterious crimes started to happen in the village. It all started with the theft of a precious diamond from the local jeweler's shop. No one had seen anyone suspicious near the store, but the diamond was gone, and the shopkeeper was devastated. The police investigated the case, but they couldn't get any leads. The next day, another crime occurred. This time it was a fire that broke out in the village school. Again, no one saw anything strange, but the villagers were worried. They started to suspect that there was someone who was behind these crimes, but they had no idea who it was. The crimes continued to happen for the next few days. A gas station was robbed, a house was broken into, and even the village's only bank was targeted. The villagers were losing hope, and the police were running out of options. Then, one day, a clue was discovered. A discarded matchbox was found near the burnt school, which had a strange symbol on it. The police did some research and found out that the symbol belonged to a criminal gang that was operating in the city. With this lead, the police started to investigate all the members of the gang and finally stumbled upon a group of people who were hiding in a nearby forest. They were caught, and the stolen items were recovered from them. It turned out that the group had been living in the forest, plotting their crimes against the village. They had been using clever tactics to evade the police and create a sense of fear in the villagers. But they never imagined that they would be caught by a simple matchbox. The village was safe once again, and the villagers went back to their peaceful lives. However, the mystery of how the thieves managed to commit their crimes without being seen would always remain unsolved. The end. Shadows of Deception. Once upon a time, in the quaint little town of Willowbrook, a series of mysterious crimes began to unfold, casting a shadow of fear and suspicion over its peaceful residents. The townsfolk found themselves locked in a state of perpetual unease as the enigma behind these crimes grew deeper with every passing day. The first crime occurred under the cloak of night. An exquisite diamond necklace, belonging to the famed socialite, Lady Amelia Whittaker, disappeared from her heavily guarded mansion without a trace. The whole town was abuzz with speculation. Theories floating through conversations like whispers on the wind. Some whispered tales of a notorious thief who had recently been sighted in the nearby city, while others suspected a betrayal within Lady Whittaker's own trusted circle. As weeks turned into months, the mystery deepened. The second crime befell the town's local museum, where a collection of priceless artifacts vanished overnight. The townspeople were baffled. Their once idyllic existence had become marred by an invisible specter, haunting their every step. Fear crept through the streets of Willowbrook, causing neighbors to turn wary eyes toward one another. A chilling question hung heavily in the air: who could be responsible for these inexplicable crimes? Enter Detective Benjamin Holmes, renowned for his keen intellect and unwavering determination. With his sharp mind, he set out to unravel the web of deceit that had enshrouded the town. His investigation led him down a labyrinth of evidence, where each clue seemed to lead to another dead end. The burden of solving this perplexing mystery weighed heavily on his shoulders. But Detective Holmes remained resolute. Days turned into weeks, and still, the detective pursued his quest for the truth. He tirelessly sifted through the lives of the townspeople, uncovering long-kept secrets, hidden grudges, and unspoken desires. Suspicion fell upon a myriad of individuals, each with their own motive to commit the crimes that had paralyzed Willowbrook. As autumn painted the town in hues of gold and amber, Detective Holmes found himself drawn to an old bookstore tucked away in a forgotten corner of Willowbrook. The bookstore's owner, Mr. Bennet, was an eccentric man with an encyclopedic knowledge of the town's history. A chance encounter led to an enlightening conversation, during which Mr. Bennet spoke of a hidden treasure said to possess ancient powers, a treasure that had been lost to time. Inspired by this revelation, Detective Holmes delved deeper into Willowbrook's past, unearthing forgotten legends and myths. He soon discovered that the crimes were intricately linked to the disappearance of this mysterious treasure, which had never been found. It seemed that someone was desperate enough to go to great lengths to possess its power. With newfound clarity, Detective Holmes pieced together the puzzle that had confounded the townsfolk. In his relentless pursuit, he uncovered a trail of deceit, betrayal, and revenge. The crimes were a means to an end, orchestrated with precision to lead him closer to the truth. In a heart-stopping confrontation, the detective confronted the mastermind behind the crimes, exposing their motives for all to see. With evidence laid bare, the town of Willowbrook breathed a collective sigh of relief as justice was finally served. And as the shadows of deception lifted, the sense of safety and camaraderie returned to the hearts of the townspeople. Detective Benjamin Holmes, hailed as a hero, bid farewell to the town of Willowbrook, forever etched in its history as the savior who restored peace and tranquility. The enigma of the mysterious crimes was solved, leaving behind valuable lessons about trust, friendship, and the indomitable spirit of humanity in the face of adversity.